This is take 3, the clean eating kid tip. I'm going to get this one right. Okay, so we are in week 1, and this video is all about water intake. You guys already learned this week the importance of drinking a ton of water in order to push inflammation out of the body. You understand the difference between hydration versus using it to help upregulate your detox pathways to push inflammation out. Same thing goes with kids. Obviously, the amount of water they're drinking is slightly different. So my recommendation, and this will vary from person to person, if your child doesn't drink very much water, if they mostly drink juice or milk or soda or sports drinks, anything other than water, right? Then starting with the recommended amount simply to stay hydrated is a good starting point. So for example, if your son or daughter weighs 50 pounds, then drinking 25 ounces, you just half that amount, 25 ounces of water per day is a good starting point. But if they probably get in close to 25 ounces of water and they still have chronic health conditions, then I would go somewhere up between the middle point between 25 ounces and 50. So you want to kind of find a special, there's not a magic answer. It's really trying to find that sweet spot. Let me give you a few examples. My son weighs about 80 pounds. And on the days he doesn't drink very much water, he drinks 40 ounces, which is the recommended amount for, remember you half the body weight, it's the recommended amount for him to stay hydrated. That's on a not super awesome day. On a day where we're really focused on the water, or he's at home not feeling well, or he's doing sports, or he's just like, we're really paying attention to the water, then he will drink closer to 60 ounces. So kind of halfway in between the 40 ounces and recommended amount of water to stay hydrated and his body weight, so 60 ounces. My daughter weighs, how much does Chloe weigh? She weighs about 40 pounds. And again, on a not super awesome day, she'll drink right about 20 ounces. But most days, or on days that she's focused, right, then she'll drink easily 32 ounces and sometimes even more. So does that give you an idea? At least you want your kids to drink at least half of their body weight in water, in ounces of water. And if they have a chronic health condition, find the middle point between their body weight and the recommended amount of water, that's half of their body weight. Find that middle point and shoot for that. Okay, so if a child weighs 60 pounds, recommended amount of water to stay hydrated would be 30 ounces. And halfway between 30 ounces and 60 pounds is going to be, I chose a tricky one, right? It's going to be about 45 ounces. So you're shooting somewhere in that range. It's not an exact science. You really have to pay attention to the symptoms. If they don't have a chronic health condition, then drinking a minimum of their half of their body weight is great. Now, how do we get kids to drink water, right? First things first, in the morning, we're going to stop giving milk. We're going to stop giving juice. We just drink water. And it's not that we'll stop doing that altogether, but we will say, first we need to drink a glass of water, and then you can have your juice. We'll get to juices, but only do fresh pressed, fresh squeeze juice. Juice concentrate is a processed sugar. We'll talk more about that later. But I give my kids a glass of water, and this is, how many ounces? This is 12 ounces of water. And I tell them, so my daughter is 6, my son is 10. My daughter maybe doesn't have to drink all of it. Maybe she'll drink 10 ounces instead of 12, but basically the whole glass. And I'll tell them both, you can absolutely have juice, but first you need to drink your glass of water. And I will stop. This is where we have to be the change we wish to see in our world. I will cheers with them, and we will all just drink together. We'll chug, chug, chug. We'll drink together. We'll make sure we get that glass in. I know for my kids, they love ice. You have to figure out if your kids like really cold water, or maybe they like warmer water. Maybe they like water with a little bit of lemon in it, or a little bit of lemon stevia to go with it to make it a little bit sweeter. Ideally, we're not putting the stevia in, but if we need to start, that's okay. the key is to get this water in and to create a habit of drinking more water very first thing in the morning, just like you learned about chugging your quart of water first thing in the morning. Some things that you can do to make it more fun: use straws. My kids will drink so much more water if they use straws. There's something fun about straws. And then you can think, like, my daughter loves pink, so getting a pink water bottle, this right here, this lid, she will drink so much more because it doesn't require her to screw the lid on, screw the lid off. It's no spill. It's really easy, and it comes out much more than a straw. It's just a thicker nozzle, so she'll get a lot more drink that way. Sometimes just having a cool water bottle for a sport or organization that you love will drink more. My daughter, we call these princess glasses. We don't really drink wine at our house, but we have wine glasses when we have guests that come over. So I call these princess glasses, and I'll pour water in a princess glass, and sometimes we'll put a little raspberry in it or something that makes it special. We might even have a fun glass like the Elf on the Shelf glass, right? Where the kids are super excited to drink out of this. You can also make games. So if you guys know the, I believe it's called Jenga, where you stack little like 2x4, miniature little 2x4 pieces of wood. They go back and forth, and they're in this box, right? So you stack them up, and then the idea is that one at a time you're pulling out these little miniature 2x4 pieces of wood, and whoever is the last person to pull out a piece of wood and it falls, that person is out. Now, when I was in college, we turned this into a drinking game. We wrote on the little wood sticks, take 3 chugs, take 1 chug, or take 4 chugs. I don't know. It was some beer drinking game, ridiculous. But when we were in the hospital with my son and he was very sick and he wouldn't drink water, the hospital would not let him get out, and we'd been there for a month and a half until he drank at least half of his body weight in water. And so we started playing this drinking game with him, but we did it with water. So he would pull out a little stick and it would say 2 chugs, and we would all do 2 chugs together of water, right? Or it would say 4 chugs or 1 chug or pass. So you just write on those little wooden sticks. Post in the Facebook questions in the Facebook group if you have questions on that. It's really fun. You can also do like ridiculously silly games. Everyone, let's cheers and let's see who can drink the most. Let's see how fast we can drink the most. Let's drink a bunch, and then, check out our muscles, because, your muscles get so big and strong when you drink a bunch. It's all about making this fun, you guys. That is the key to getting the kid on the clean eating train in general, including water intake. Make this fun. So I hope that's a few tips. If you need help getting your kid to drink more water, message or just post in the Facebook group. But it is absolutely key. So we'll begin there. All right. Have a good one.